Welcome to Beledros Witherbloom. As far as our opening hand goes, we've got Miri's Guile as kind of our card draw source. Other than that, we've got great mana. We've got Mana Crypt, we've got a Worn Power Stone, we've got Dakmor Salvage. Do we want to keep on this one and just use Miri's Guile as kind of our card advantage draw? So yeah, I think we're okay with this one. We can make this work. You know, we are on the play, so hopefully we can cash in an additional card draw and draw into something that is furthers our board state. But as far as our opening hand goes, yeah, we can make this work. You know, the only thing that would be better is for playing against elves. Maybe having some sort of board wipe, but we can certainly make this work. So let's see what we draw into for the turn. It's going to be Polluted Delta. Let's go and go Windswept Heath, and that is a good option for us because with Polluted Delta, that's going to give us the option to kind of shuffle up the top part of our library like a brainstorm. So let's grab Bayou. Let's go for Miri's Guile, and then I guess technically we could go for... Yeah, we'll go and go for Mana Crypt, just in case our opponent's running some hand disruption. So anything else, let's go and pass the turn over to our opponent. We're playing Beledros Witherbloom. Flying at the beginning of each upkeep, create a 1/1 black and green past creature token with, when this creature dies, you gain 1 life. Then for a 10 life activation. Oh yeah. Untap all lanes you control, activate only once each turn. I'm playing its Harald, which I'm really excited about. We'll read what we've got going on with that commander in just a second. So get the Mana Crypt trigger on the stack. Let's go for the Miri's Guile trigger. We will definitely use that. That's going to be Damnation, Enchantress. Oh, this is absolutely stunning. The only thing is we might put Seal of Primordium back on top. Let's put Damnation back on top, and let's put Enchantress Presence back on top. So let's go and check out Click Tails on Mana Crypt trigger. Lost the flip. We're 0 for 1 on those. And then we draw into Enchantress Presence. So let's go and get Enchantress Presence down. It's going to be 1/2 off of Mana Crypt. And then with Damnation on top, we really do need that. So let's go and lead off with Dakmor Salvage. Just going to enter the battlefield tapped, and then anything else pass the turn to our opponent. So let's check out Harald. That's going to be Menace. And then whenever Harald enters the battlefield, yeah, this is the first time playing against Harald, enters the battlefield, look at the top 5 cards of your library. You may reveal an Elf, Warrior, or Tavar card from among them and put them into your hand. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. So it looks like we're probably planning to get some sort of green-black elves style deck, which I always enjoy doing that. So, but yes, we did cover both commanders. Our opponents actually got a really good elf board state, and I'm glad they're extending out into it because that Damnation is going to be a wonderful thing to cast. Hit the reset button and then go for Beledros. So, but yes, let's give a quick shout out to our sponsors, TCG Player. If you go to bit.ly/JoltMTG, that's going to apply my affiliate link. That's going to allow you to get some cards and help support the channel at the same time. So if you do use that link, much obliged. I certainly appreciate it. So give a quick shout out to MTGOTraders. Let's also give a quick shout out to inkgaming.com. And last but not least, I started a Patreon, so if you'd like to directly support cool content like this, there's a link down in the description below. But if you're keeping score at home, it is Mana Crypt time. And it's free time. Alright, so let's go for Miri's Guile. This should be Damnation, yeah, Overgrowth. And so at this point, let's go Seal of Primordium. Because Overgrowth is going to give us a little bit of extra mana. So Seal of Primordium. Let's go for Damnation on top, and let's go Overgrowth on top. All right, so let's go Mana Crypt. Let's go and choose Tails on this one. And we won the flip, so we were 1 for 2 on those. And let's go for Wasteland. And if we go for Overgrowth on Dakmor Salvage, that's going to be an additional card draw. And we'll tap down 2 with Mana Crypt. Now, at this point, this might give us the option to... I was thinking we could end up going for Damnation, but I think at this point we'll wait for them to extend just a little bit more into the board state. So let's go 1, 2, 3 off of Overgrowth. Let's get Worn Power Stone down onto the battlefield, and then anything else pass it back over to our opponent. And our opponent did end up grabbing a Wood Elves off of that Harald into the battlefield effect. So we'll keep that up on the battlefield until, or at least on the play area, until they get Wood Elves down onto the battlefield. Now with Beledros, what are we doing? This is Green-Black Enchantress. One of the main reasons why I took Beledros' Green-Black Enchantress is because you can see we've got something like Overgrowth on the battlefield. You do want to get to a point to where, or not you, if you're building Beledros, but with this particular build of Beledros, what we want to do is we want to get to the point to where we have a lot of these tap lands, these aura lands that have been enchanted with this extra mana, and we just want to be able to capitalize on the card draw with our Enchantress pieces. So you can see where we're able to get some additional card draw and Enchantress Presence. One of the main reasons why I did take Beledros in an enchantment line of play is, oh, and this Damnation is going to be so nice. Opponent's got 3 cards left in the hand. This is going to feel really good. But yeah, One of the main reasons is, you know, you do get to the point where you get Beledros onto the battlefield, and you can get that untap step, and then hopefully, if it goes according to plan, we're going to be able to tap down for a ton of mana and utilize that for something like Exsanguinate or something along those lines. So, all right, so we've got the Mirri's Guile trigger, and they still have Wood Elves in the hand, and they did play that for us. So let's get that moved over there. Let's get Mana Crypt trigger on the stack, and this Damnation is going to be very good. So we will definitely use Mirri's Guile, and that's going to be Ancestral Mask, Oracle, and Seal of Primordium. So I think at this point, because we do want Ancestral Mask, that will give us some sort of Voltron piece. So let's put Oracle back on top. Let's go for Ancestral Mask. Let's get Seal of Primordium on top. There we go. Let's go and choose Tails on this Mana Crypt trigger. One to flip. I think we're 2 for 3 on those. And then we're going to run into Seal of Primordium. So let's get Polluted Delta down. And with Polluted Delta, we can actually grab Overgrown Tomb, shock that in, and still go for Damnation and still grab Enchantress Presence. I do like that. So let's get Seal of Primordium down. That way we can draw into Ancestral Mask, because with Ancestral Mask, it is such a beautiful and such a good Voltron piece for a deck like this. Let's go and crack a Polluted Delta. And unfortunately, we're going to take 2 on this one, because I think we've already got, excuse me, we can just grab a Swamp. That way we're not taking any extra life. Let's get Swamp on the battlefield. Let's go for Damnation. Tap down that. Tap down one more. All right, so we're going to go for Damnation. There should be no sort of Blood Artist. Oh, look at that. That is exactly what we want to see. And then anything else, we're going to go and pass the turn over to our opponent. So we are sitting at 15. It'll be a little suspect if we're going to end up going for the Beledros line of play, but at least getting down a Voltron threat and Beledros, we're going to be able to get Ancestral Mask on there and hopefully kind of stop whatever they've got going on. All right, so our opponent's going to get that Wood Elves finally out of their hand. They're going to grab themselves another Forest. And that's one of the good things about their commander is after they get Wood Elves down, they're still going to be able to rebuild their elf board state by having that enter the battlefield. So that's definitely a pretty cool way to take a green-black elf. So that's going to be Kyrian elves entering the battlefield. See what color they choose. Yeah, they're going to choose black on that one. So, all right, so let's get Beledros on the battlefield. I think that'll work out. So we've got Mana Crypt, and we do have a fresh Mirri's Guile, which is going to be very good for us. So we will definitely use that ability. It's going to be Blossoming Defense, and Spider Umbra, and then Swamp. So let's go for this. So that way we can draw into Swamp, get the land drop. Let's put Blossoming, and actually I think I kind of want to have access to Blossoming Defense. Well, actually with Supernatural Stamina, we have that already. So let's do this. So let's put Blossoming Defense on top. Let's go Swamp, and let's put Spider Umbra into our hand. Let's go Tails on this Mana Crypt trigger. There we go, 1 to flip on that, and that is definitely something to be welcomed. Let's get Beledros going. Okay, so we're going to get Beledros on the battlefield, and with Ancestral Mask, we can go for it right now, but I think at this point, let's just go and get Spider Umbra on there. That way we still have access to Supernatural Stamina. That's still going to give us an additional card draw, and we draw into that Swamp. So let's get Spider Umbra on there, let's get Swamp onto the battlefield, and that still gives us Ancestral Mask next turn and Supernatural Stamina. I like that. All right. Anything else past the turn. So the good thing about this right now is that they do want to start swinging in with the elves. At least we get to a point to where we can start chipping away at these Wood Elves. You know, once we get these pest tokens on the battlefield, that'll be another life gain for us. Like I did mention, Beledros is one of the kind of win more commanders for the deck. Or it is a win more commander. But also, you know, let's say that our life total did get a little bit low, our opponent did have a really good swing at us, we can definitely just use Beledros as some sort of Voltron threat. You know, it has flying, and we get these pest tokens on the battlefield, which works out really well for us. And once we end up going for Ancestral Mask next turn, it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That is going to be a very nice Ancestral Mask, plus 12, plus 12. That's going to be 17. If we happen to rip into another enchantment, that's going to be even more. So we do get into a situation where we might be able to close it out with commander damage. If we can do it, that would be absolutely amazing, but we'll see what's going to happen. So, and our opponent decides not to swing in. So let's go and get the Mana Crypt trigger on the stack. Let's go for the Mirri's Guile. Let's get the Beledros pest token. And that's one of the best things about keeping these elves at bay is we're going to be able to chump block for days. So let's go and use Mirri's Guile ability. It's going to be Blossoming Defense. And at this point, we just want to grab some sort of enchantment. So let's put Life from the Loam on top of our library, Blossoming Defense, and then Destiny Spinner. All right, so let's go Tails on this Mana Crypt trigger. Lost the flip. That's going to drop us down to 12. And let's go for Destiny Spinner. right, that's going to be an additional card draw. So we're drawing the Blossoming Defense. Let's go for Ancestral Mask. And we can still leave up Blossoming Defense and Supernatural Stamina. At this point right now, I think we need to do that. So let's go and push in with Beledros. That's going to be 17 in the air, and we've got more than enough to stop them on the ground. So let's go and swing at our opponent. It's going to be 17-17 coming across. And actually, if we end up going Blossoming Defense +2/+0, that's going to be 19. And we go, yeah, I like this. I think we're going to be able to pump it out from here. All right, so let's go Blossoming Defense, Supernatural Stamina. There we go. That's going to be 21. Okay, we almost missed it with Blossoming Defense and Supernatural Stamina. Let's see what they're going for. And since it does have hexproof, we are good to go. All right, so we're going to get him for 21, and that is going to be exactly just enough for a commander damage win. One of the main reasons why we are running Blossoming Defense and things like Supernatural Stamina in here is to make sure that we can get Beledros down and protect it once we do kind of go through that Voltron threat. And thankfully with Ancestral Mask, we were able to get that +2/+2 effect on there, and then close it out like Tom Ross with some infect damage right there, except it was just some clean commander damage. So anyways, if you enjoyed the video, hey, like and subscribe. Thanks. Bye.